There are some people in the Bible who arrive with thunder and miracles. And there are others who arrive with tears. Ruth came with tears. She was not born among God's chosen people. She was a Moabite, an outsider, a foreigner, someone with no covenant promise and no inherited blessing. Her life was ordinary, simple, and unnoticed by the world. She married into a Hebrew family that had moved to Moab during a famine for a moment. Life looked hopeful. Then everything collapsed. Her husband died. Her brother-in-law died, and Naomi, her mother-in-law, was left with nothing but grief and memories. In ancient times, this was more than sadness. It was a future erased. No husbands meant no protection, no income, no inheritance. 3 widows standing in silence with empty hands. Naomi decided to return to Bethlehem, back to her people, back to her God. She looked at her daughters-in-law and did the loving thing. She released them. Go back home. Start again. Don't follow me into poverty. One of them wept, kissed Naomi, and left. But Ruth did something history never forgot. She held on. Not because Bethlehem promised opportunity, not because Naomi could reward her, not because the road was safe, but because love had become her conviction. She spoke words that still echo across generations. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Ruth was not choosing a place. She was choosing faith. She walked away from familiarity, culture, and security toward uncertainty, simply because she trusted the God she barely knew. Sometimes faith begins not with revelation, but with loyalty. They arrived in Bethlehem at harvest season, but they arrived poor, no land, no income, no family protection. Naomi was bitter with pain and even asked people to stop calling her Naomi, pleasant, and call her Mara, bitter. Yet Ruth did not argue with her sorrow. She went to work. Every morning she walked behind farmers, picking leftover grain from the ground, the scraps the harvesters dropped. It was work meant for the desperate hot sun, bending back, slow progress, enough grain for only one bay at a time. Faith often looks like small obedience, repeated daily. By what seemed like coincidence, she entered the field of a man named Boaz, a respected landowner, a man who feared God. He noticed her immediately, not because she demanded attention, but because quiet faith shines without speaking. He had heard her story. How she refused comfort to care for Naomi. How she chose God without guarantee. How she worked without complaint. Boaz protected her, instructed workers to leave extra grain for her, and ensured she was safe. Ruth went home that night with more food than Naomi had seen in months. Naomi realized something powerful. God had not forgotten them. In Israelite custom, a close relative could redeem a widow's future, marry her and restore inheritance. Boaz was such a man. But Ruth still had to take a step of courage. One night she approached him respectfully, asking for redemption, not as entitlement, but as hope placed in mercy. Boaz answered with kindness. You have shown even greater kindness now than before. I was a closer relative who had first right in the city gate. Before witnesses, Boaz settled the matter lawfully. When the man declined responsibility, Boaz accepted. He didn't just marry Ruth, he restored her dignity. The foreigner became family. The poor became provided for. The unnoticed became honored. Soon a child was born. Obed Naomi held the baby and joy returned to her face. The women of Bethlehem no longer called her bitter. Her empty arms were filled again. But heaven saw something even greater. Obed became the grandfather of King David, and generations later, from that same family line, Jesus Christ would be born. The woman who arrived with nothing became part of the greatest story ever told. Ruth never performed a miracle. She never led an army. She never preached a sermon. She simply stayed faithful in ordinary days. Her life whispers a truth many overlook. God does not only work through powerful moments, He works through loyal hearts. When you choose integrity over convenience, when you remain kind while hurting, when you keep showing up in seasons that feel unnoticed. He's writing a future larger than your present. Ruth thought she was choosing Naomi. God was choosing her for history. Your quiet faith may be carrying promises you cannot yet see.